Alright, so let's take a look at the market today. So you guys already know the swing days and the hours. Now today, let's take a look at gold. Gold we've got today, tomorrow, which means that we may probably have room to come down, which is what it looks like here. But selling here is not a good idea since we got a gap. Okay, right there. So today, also the evening looks like a better deal. So this lunchtime 1 to 1:30 on the one hand is looking okay. On the other hand, the move looks like can come between 8 and 10. So the 8 o'clock can be what we're looking for, but the move might come like 8:30 and 10 o'clock. Okay, and then if it finds direction, it should go until closing. Now Tuesday is also going to be interesting for us. So Tuesday we also have to make sure we're on top of our game, especially in Asia. All right, so the Asia session is also going to be interesting for us, where we might have the market turnaround. So if we're going up Monday, Tuesday may be an opportunity to sell as well. Okay, so either Monday evening or Tuesday Asia session. All right, on gold. Now I don't have any swing hours until here. If we find ourselves somewhere low and you want to go up, fine. But if you're going to sell the highs, which is what the market may look like it's going to do, I don't know, because we've got a breakout and I don't want to stand in front of it. So if we've got a PST breakout, that's where we want to be. I also want to be a bit cautious because I've got a 1, 2, so this is going to be 3. Okay, so 3 tap, 1, 2, 3. So a bit more down, we could come down into there. Okay, now the important price levels is going to be this zone here. This is not on the PST. All right, so that's the support on the PST, which is 3273, which we, as you can see, broke a little bit. Okay, here. This 3273 is also a price line from an aspect, so this is going to be important. But if it breaks below this 3248.41, okay, then we're going to have to go to the next band down, okay, which means we've got room to come down. Okay, and that's how it is. These are planet prices, so it's not the PST because we don't have anything on the PST there. Right, on the weekly as well, you see that is 72, which is already done, 3,303. If it breaks and has room to go down, we've got room to go into 57, which is what we'd love to do. Okay, 3,124, going all the way into that level, I think is okay to do so. All right, so let's take a look. Euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, we've got a Wednesday, Thursday. So going up into Wednesday, Thursday to sell down is an option. Okay, it's an option. Should you do that? You could do that, but it may, if it goes up into Wednesday, Thursday, we can sell. If it doesn't, it's going to keep pushing down. Is it worth selling from here or the weekly pivot at the trade hours? Yes, it is. Okay, so if you want to keep pushing the euro dollar down, selling the highs, the weekly pivot, and this zone here, because there's a zone here, as you can see, right? At trading hours, if you want to sell the highs, I'm okay for it. Okay, like following this down. Why? Because we've got an impulse wave going sideways market, right? So that's the impulse. Now we're going sideways. So going up to sell, I think, is the way to go. All right, so we can follow that down. If that will be the case, we'll go down into Wednesday, Thursday. It should bring us down to 1050. As you can see, it's quite a bit down, 1050. Okay, but you know, at the end of the day, we should come even lower than that, down to here. All right, so that's how you can play that today. If we end up in the US or the Asia session, let's take a look at SP 500. Now SP 500 Monday, Tuesday. So selling this zone, we're okay. I'm okay to do that. Monday, Tuesday. So at the trading hours or in Asia, Monday, Tuesday, you want to sell it off from this zone, you can. The only gap here is all the way up there. Okay, so that's your Monday, Tuesday. All right, so I'm okay to sell. Last week I wasn't because we weren't in the zone. All right, but today we are in the zone. And unless this thing breaks out to the upside, okay, then I'm okay to sell. If you want to, you got to be a bit careful because of the breakout. So how far can we go up? Now, this is this. Wait a second here. On the weekly. Okay, so what we have to look out for. All right. What we have to look out for is the gap there on the weekly. Let's check it out. 5835. Should we go up? Because we've got a PST breakout. Fair enough. 49. 5670. Okay, this is how you can play this out. 5,670. If we come down into a trading hour and you want to buy, you can. All right, because of the breakout. Okay, but I wouldn't do any buying until the gap closes. So if we come back into this zone or the weekly pivot, as you can see there, okay, and if you want to buy down there at a trading hour, you can. Okay, but this zone, if we're up here, then you can sell. Okay, okay, but if we come down and you want to buy the low at the trading hour, you can, which is this zone here. Okay, so this is a buy zone at the trading hour. This is a sell zone at the trading hour. So mark your sell zone. This is the blue bar here with the red wick. Okay, that's your sell zone. So in that zone, selling is okay to push down. The support on the daily is 58, 5637. 5637 will give you a stop sweep. All right, 5637 is there. That'll give you a stop sweep. So buying the lows is okay at trading hours if we're on a swing day. So if Monday sells high, pushes down here into Tuesday, and you want to buy on a Tuesday too, you can. Okay, it'll be a daily trade though, because we won't know how things will pan out later on. Okay, now if the market comes back and keeps pushing up, it could do so at 703, 5,703. Which is there. All right. So that's also a possibility, but I wouldn't take that. It's a daily goodbye kiss, and I wouldn't do that. I'd rather wait for a weekly to come here. And let me just do this. If it doesn't come back and keeps pushing, it's a different ball game. Yeah, I don't have much to do here. Okay, it can still keep pushing upwards from here as well. If it keeps pushing up, obviously they're going to look to sell it. If it doesn't come back down to close the gap and keeps pushing up, this is going to go somewhere and they're going to bang it down. You have to be mindful about this gap. Could we go all the way into a double top? Could we? We might. Okay, we'll see how things pan out. Okay, so that's that too. Alright, so we'll see how things pan out, which means this. If we go up first, this green bar zone is a sell zone for me. Okay, and that's how it is. Because we have a PST breakout, if it does come down to a support zone, then you can buy to go back up. Okay, and that's how it is. On the weekly, you can target 54 if we keep pushing up. 5834. Okay, so you can mark that 5834 on your chart. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. So since this one opened up, the others probably also opened up. Was there a reason for this to open up? Alright, so this is also in the green zone, right? Remember? As you can see, that green bar, it's a bit of a big one, but what can you do? Now this is right on the PST on the daily, 58, 41,732. Okay, so selling 41,732 is okay, but the first support of the day is 55, 41,362. So mark that level in for support. And Dow Jones doesn't have a swing day today. Okay, so on the weekly we're off the target as well. So that's good. So this is like a better sell position. Okay, this is looking like a better sell position. We can come down into 46, which is 40,940. 40,940. That's the weekly support there. Okay, so this is a sell zone. Okay, looks like I've marked that in from last week, did I? 41,778, 58, 41,732. Alright, so that's the case. So this is a sell zone. Now if the market breaks up, closes above here and mucks around here, don't stand in front of it trying to sell it. Okay, we're going to have to wait and see how the market pans out. Okay, if it breaks above the PST, yeah, just let it go for a minute, see how things pan out, because this could come to LCL1, which is 42,477. 42,477. So if we have a breakout, don't stand in front of it trying to sell it, because as you know, I don't like going against the PST breakout. Alright, this is at a target, so I don't mind selling. This is at a target, so I don't mind selling. So this zone should be a sell zone, but if it breaks above it, then we got problem. Don't do it. Okay, don't sell it. The only thing you can do afterwards is wait for a pullback to close gap to go long, okay? And that's about it. Nasdaq. Now Nasdaq, we don't have anything today for a swing day. So looks like the Dow and Nasdaq are going to be going together. So this week we might have a snake week until the swing days. So we snake, 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 and then a big bang down. Or if we come down, we can have a big bang up. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so that's a breakout, obviously. Okay, so this is bullish. Now, because we have a breakout above the box, we're going to have to think twice about the indices. Okay, so this is why I said if we pull back, if the market pulls back, buying may be a good idea. If the market pulls back here, where could you buy? 60 on the daily, 20,223. So 20,223. There. Alright, so if we come back to the high of last week, it might, but there's still a big gap here, so that's going to have to close. On the weekly, you can buy on the 50, 20,041, which sounds like a better deal. Right there. Okay, so this is not a bad place to be buying if the market comes down here. If it doesn't come down, keeps going up, they're going to sell it on a swing day when it closes that zone there. There's no gap there, except here you see this is all the gap zone there, there, and there. This is all gap zone. Gap zone. Gap zone. Alright, so those are the zones the market can still head up into. And that's basically it. So the market can go up into 65, 66, 64, 68, 65, that zone there. And those targets are 20,709, 780. So those are all on the cards. 20,633, 21,066. As we go into that 65, 66 zone. All right. On the Nasdaq. So this is bullish. If it keeps pushing up before it closes the gap, they're going to sell somewhere, so be careful when you're buying. If it comes down first, then going up is a better option if it's bullish for us. Okay, that's basically it. Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin, we don't have a swing day. Last week we had a swing day, what, Sunday I think. This zone, Friday, Sunday is there. Okay, there are no gaps here. All gaps are now closed. So if they're going to sell, this is a sell zone. On the daily, we're okay to sell. On the weekly, I guess we can as well. I can now get rid of this. This is quite bullish as well. So on the monthly, we can keep pushing up. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it until we pull back into the buy zone, which is going to be in this zone here. Okay, and I'm going to renew that now. It's going to be this bar. Okay, in any case, that's the zone. I'm also going to extend this because this is a zone 2. Sooner or later, we're going to come back here. Okay, and that's how it is. So this for me is a sell zone. I talked about this before as well. Okay, this was also for me a sell zone. The market sold a little bit and then broke out. This is a sell zone for me. I did say if it breaks out, you can follow it up into the next swing day. That's the whole idea of knowing the swing days in advance. Okay, so let's say you sold Monday, Tuesday. Okay, and then you had a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday going up. If it turns the other way and breaks out, you know how far you're going to follow it because you know the next swing days. Also watch the weekly wrap-ups that I do. It might really help you out because if you got a swing day, you can follow it from one swing day to the next. If your swing day is wrong and you broke out, then you can follow it the other way until the next swing day. Okay, but this is definitely not a buy zone. For me, this wasn't a buy zone either until the breakout happened. So it won't be a buy opportunity until a breakout happens, and then on the next, and then we can follow it to the next swing day, just like here. Other than that, though, this is too expensive to buy and to keep at the highs of where the market did, and they sold off, breaking the support, is a bit tricky. If you're buying and holding Bitcoin, double top is not a place to be buying and holding. Okay, especially with the gaps here. Okay, so we should at least pull back and then go up if it's going to do so. And that's how it is. All right, I hope that helps. At the end of the day, for intraday trading, this is like, you know what I mean? This is like a sell zone. It's not like a buy zone. You can wait for the market to break down the box. So this is your box. You can wait for it to break down, close underneath it. At a trading hour, if it pulls back, you can decide to sell too if you're trading Bitcoin with leverage on an intraday basis.